What's up, Dave? Do you really want to make the CrossFit community happy? Do you really want to prove to everybody that CrossFit is on the up and up? And maybe it isn't Dave that's going to be hearing this, but maybe it's somebody else. But through the two of you guys, Dave and whichever party it may be, how about we do the thing that everyone's been clamoring for the longest time? Bring the season back to what it looked like in 2017 and 2018. Bring back the regionals and make the open matter again. Yo, if this were a Christmas Carol, and let's call Andrew Hiller Scrooge. You know, they got the ghosts from the future, the past, and the present come around and show everybody what life would be like if it were not for Scrooge. Or maybe what would happen if Scrooge acted a little bit differently, if he wasn't such a Scrooge. What a weird word that is, Scrooge. Imagine this world right here, right now, if there was no YouTube presence of Andrew Hiller. 531 days ago, I put up a video and it said that Eric Roza didn't fire Dave Castro. You did. And in that video, you can hear the same drum that I've been beating. The Leonardo DiCaprio, Matthew McConaughey. Oh.
Keep it up for me. The CEO. Oh. The parade comes to town. Going down Broadway is a one-way street.
Drum that is, ever since they got rid of Dave Castro, I've had this want, this need to try to get this thing back on track. I don't know why I felt like it was my job to get it back on track, but no one else was doing it. It had to happen. In 2013, I stepped foot into my first CrossFit affiliate. I did it as an internship when I was in my junior year of college, and I really never stepped back mentally. Fast forward to the year 2022, and I saw the way that things were going. All right. I have an opinion. Dave Castro getting fired from CrossFit Inc. And it's not good. It's kind of what you asked for, not me, because I have an obsession with CrossFit, and I have since 2014. Loved all the Greg Glassman quotes, and you gotta take the good with the bad. Like when there's people who are that level of thinking and that's all they do, they're gonna say some stuff because it's what they believe, and you can't just kill him for it. He wasn't, listen and look at all the stuff that he did, and the dude wasn't a racist dude. He wasn't a sexist dude. He's dead. You killed him. And now Dave Castro is dead and you killed him. Why? Why is because it's almost a different version of what happened to Greg Glassman. Is we, the people, asked for more. It's like, we want this from you, we want this from you, we want inclusivity, we want more money in the sport, we want cool things, we want a guy leading us who's done it before. Look at this guy, Eric Roza, tech billionaire, and he's going to bring us to the found land. The games athletes deserve to be making billions of dollars. It's a sad day. It's only going to get worse. That is, unless you like it. If you like the fact that Greg Glassman's gone, and you think, one last thing I want to point out here is that I made an analogy this morning to Alexis. The iPhones were coming out, and they're super cool, and they're groundbreaking, and they're completely different, and there's nothing really like it. The 4, oh my God, it's smaller. The 5, oh, it's a little bigger. And then Steve Jobs got sick, and he was no longer a part of any of that. At that point in time, the iPhone has looked exactly the same, the most part, for the past 10 years. And that's what's going to happen to CrossFit. It's like there's not going to be very much different. It's not going to be growing. It's going to be what it was with the people who like raised it, Steve Jobs, and then it's just going to, and people are just going to keep doing it because they don't know what else to do. The narratives that were being put out there did not align with the things that I saw on the internet. I don't know what it is with the way that I perceive things on the internet, but I knew what Dave Castro was doing. Lots of people do, I think. I think a lot of people get it. The same way where I think people get that I am playing a character. He was playing a character, and he was doing so to curate this thing that he has as his child. He freaking had the first CrossFit Games at his ranch in 2007, I think it was. Maybe it was 2008. Which year was the first year of the games? I don't know, because it's not my kid. I don't know the birthdays. It doesn't matter! I'm sure Dave knows the answer to that question. I'm sure he knows the temperature of that day. I'm sure he remembers everything about that day, because it's the day that his kid was born. And every single year, I made a post on Instagram about how you can see from the open announcements in 2012 all the way through 2018, how they got better and better and better and bigger. And through his character, through what he did to curate this environment for the community that we all loved so much, you could see what was happening. And when they got rid of that person who, when I go to his ranch and I have these assumptions about what I can pick up from his internet life for his character, him as a person, I don't really know those to be true until you go to the ranch and you look around and you go, this is his house. And it'd be like if you walked around my house, you go inside and you go, there's a lot of pictures of Alexis and your dogs on the walls, but where are the pictures of you? He goes, well, Andrew decorated, and Andrew doesn't put up any pictures of himself. You look at the idiots in the comment sections on these things, and they go, this dude's some cocky piece of crap. And you walk around the ranch and you go, there's no pictures of Dave. There's no Dave things. I mean, I have more words of the word Hiller in my garage than make me feel comfortable at the moment. But what you will see are over 100 pictures on the wall of all of the level 1s that he's had at the ranch. You'll see Pukey, you'll see the Hopper from the first CrossFit Games where they freaking make the workout up on the fly right there. It's memorabilia everywhere. You go around the corner to use the bathroom and there's this giant shipping crate with CrossFit on it. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, if this guy isn't gonna have anything to do with the space of CrossFit, like, then they're out of their minds. It kind of made me sad to see it, like, because this dude eats, sleeps, breathes, and this might as well be a living human child that he was creating from the year 2007. None of this stuff him and I talked about. It's just same, I look deeper than the freaking idiots will when they see stuff on the morning chalk up about how they're going to assume that he's putting athletes dangerously into the water, only to have that retracted. Like, use your brains for 3 seconds before you also then, 5 years after the Greg Glassman stuff, will post something about how he showed his true colors. That's the same thing. That's the same reasons that Dave was removed, because people thought he was toxic. Eric Roza thought he was toxic. Freaking people over there needed him out because with him in, CrossFit was never gonna grow. Is that what you think? You think? How did that happen? Bring it back to Mr. Scrooge, right? 530 days ago, you got the ghost of Christmas future, freaking past, and freaking present. And all these ghosts are like, goodbye, Andrew Hiller, you weren't here. This is what life would be like without you. It's in my opinion, and I'm gonna sit back, and I want you to just really think. Dave Castro is gone on that day, 531 days ago. And I made that post about how they brought him back, and I thought that I had something to do with it. There's nothing I can do about it. It's only gonna get worse. But right here, right now, 7 million YouTube channel views later, set 531 days, can you make an argument? Shh. Can you make an argument that this is the same thing that's happening if it isn't for this YouTube channel? If it isn't for the drum that has been beating over and over again. It's the CrossFit Has Effed Up series where I make a movie about it. It's the Dave Castro movie that I made. It's all of these things that I've talked about, how it's been mess up here, mess up there, mess up everywhere. It's the things where I'm talking about Dave Eubanks. I killed those people. Every chance I get to poke a hole into the crap that they're doing wrong where it wouldn't have been done this way, or maybe it would have been at least handled differently with Dave at the helm, has led to this moment right here. And not one person on some stupid idiot Reddit forum or some idiot stupid comment section anywhere can say that if it worked for Andrew Hiller, this would be happening. This is only happening because I am right here. I'm not alone, of course. Definitely on par with, at minimum, if not more important and more valuable to this excursion, has been the Sevan Podcast.
The parade comes to town, going down Broadway. Is a one-way street.
He's been beating the drum with the team over there. Everyone who's ever been on the show, Matt Souza in particular, his co-host, his co-owner, the freaking tribe of the Sevan Podcast, and the Andrew Hiller YouTube channel, we are pushing CrossFit to where it needs to go. And you know what? We're just here. We're just sitting here. We're like little houses. It's like a big old freaking tent. And we've got these 2 tents, and under the tents are you guys who are now shipping these comments and these ideas and these opinions, not just in comment sections and to everybody's phones, but they're conversations that you're having at the affiliate as well. If it's not for those conversations, which it always blows my mind, I'll have a member who goes somewhere else at this point to a different affiliate and go, hey, you'll never believe it, but they were talking about your video this morning, and I can't freaking believe it, but it's because of those things that lead to Dave Castro back. It would be an interesting thing because I guarantee you, 100% guarantee you, that if there was no Hiller and there was no Sevan Podcast, that there would be no Dave Castro. You can't change my mind on that. There's a lot of stuff like, I'm not certain on very many things. I'm like 99% at most, either for the yes or for the no. But on this one, I am 100% certain that if we don't exist, there is no Dave Castro anymore. Maybe there would be someone else just like us, but there can't be any other Sevan. There could be another Andrew Hiller, but I'm the only one who decided to make a video a day for a year.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
I'm the only one who started to like just scream at people for not moving the right way.
I live for this shit!
The way that everybody knows that it's supposed to be done. No rep the freaking flag. This comes not just from movement quality, but it comes from interpreting stupid stupid internet posts. I'm no repping your idiot internet crap because you can't think for 3 seconds with common sense. And this has led to where we are right now. So I want to give everyone a high five and like a pat on the back and all this stuff and say thank you for being potentially everyone who's been here for the 7 million plus. The channel has got 8 million views since I started it, but I'm gonna say that 7 million of them have come since the time that I made that video. Some ungodly amount of watch hours. And through this stuff, the goal has always been to get as many people in here as possible to hear the things that need to be said, to get the things done for the thing that we love the most, and that is CrossFit, either the sport or the methodology, and it's happening. It's freaking happening. And in true A Christmas Carol movie plot lines, we're sitting here looking at Scrooge is a good thing. I didn't need any convincing, but maybe there are a couple of people out there who still need to be convinced that this is making a difference.
And then I see some people claiming that what Andrew Hiller is doing is bad for CrossFit, or that he's trying to hurt CrossFit, and I don't believe that's what he's trying to do. And not everyone watches all of his videos.
Is that what you think? You think?
Or mine or anyone's. But I wanted to put this here where he talks specifically about how he does not want CrossFit to die, and that's not his intentions with his videos, just in case you missed it.
Rich Froning and myself are coming from. We want what's best for this thing because I survive on CrossFit getting bigger. I want them to get as big as possible. The bigger they get, the more views my freaking channel can get. Rich Froning, born and bred in CrossFit. It's ridiculous that they don't listen to him on certain things, and even more ridiculous that they kick him out of certain events.
I am pretty certain what Hiller is trying to do is help CrossFit. Sometimes it may be an unconventional way, sure.
I can kill those things. I killed those people. The Batman quotes, they're not freaking made up. It's real life at this point. Andrew Hiller, out.
They smash that like button, no one touches there.